At 79, Hayley Mills finally tells the truth about Brian Keith, revealing a relationship that was far more complex than fans of Family Affair or her Disney films could have imagined. To the public, Mills and Keith were beloved figures, appearing as warm, relatable actors whose on-screen dynamics conveyed familial affection and trust, particularly in their roles where Keith often portrayed paternal or mentor-like figures to younger stars. Behind the cameras, however, the story was layered with tension, challenges, and professional disagreements that remained largely private for decades. Mills recalls that while Keith was undeniably talented and charismatic, his strong personality often clashed with hers in ways that complicated both the work environment and their off-screen interactions. In interviews, she describes moments when Keith's expectations of professionalism and authority felt overwhelming, creating a dynamic in which she struggled to assert her own agency while respecting his experience and seniority. The challenges extended beyond simple workplace disagreements. Mills notes that Keith's approach to acting, humor, and mentorship sometimes crossed boundaries, leaving her uncertain how to navigate her role both as a co-star and as a young woman in Hollywood. Despite these difficulties, Mills acknowledges the lessons she learned from Keith, including the value of discipline, timing, and the craft of acting itself. Over time, she developed a nuanced perspective, recognizing that the tension between them was not purely negative but often a reflection of generational differences, differing working styles, and the high-pressure environment of television and film production. She also admits that some conflicts stem from her own insecurities and the challenges of growing up in the public eye as a child star, where every action was scrutinized by directors, audiences, and the media. Their professional relationship was complicated by Mills' evolving career, which demanded independence, self-advocacy, and a sense of personal identity beyond the role she played. As she matured, she learned to balance respect for Keith's experience with her own need for autonomy, a balance that was not always easy to maintain but ultimately shape her as an artist. The truth Mills reveals is not one of outright conflict or personal animosity, but of a layered relationship defined by mentorship, misunderstanding, generational tension, and the complexities of growing up in show business. She emphasizes that Keith's influence was significant, pushing her to develop resilience, creativity, and confidence even in moments of discomfort. At the same time, she acknowledges the emotional challenges of reconciling admiration for a mentor with moments of personal frustration, a duality that required reflection, forgiveness, and perspective. By sharing these insights at 79, Mills offers a candid account that goes beyond the simplistic narratives of childhood stardom, revealing the human realities behind the characters audiences adored. She hopes that revealing her side of the story helps fans understand the depth of their working relationship, the pressures inherent in Hollywood productions, and the personal growth that arose from navigating these challenges. The story also highlights broader themes about power dynamics, generational differences, and the often hidden emotional labor behind successful performances. Through honesty, Mills provides a richer, more nuanced understanding of her experiences with Brian Keith, offering lessons not only about acting but about professional respect, personal boundaries, and the resilience required to navigate complex interpersonal relationships in high-pressure environments. Ultimately, Mills' revelation underscores that relationships in Hollywood, particularly between young performers and seasoned veterans, are rarely simple, and that the experiences she and Keith shared were formative in shaping both her career and her perspective on life. Her reflections illuminate the unseen challenges of stardom, the interplay of mentorship and independence, and the personal growth that emerges from negotiating respect, authority, and collaboration over decades. By finally telling the truth, Mills honors both the positive influence Keith had on her career and the complexities that made their interactions real, human, and deeply impactful.